I'm Phil Hellmuth Jr., and in this lesson I'm going to teach you about the number of outs you or your opponent may have in any given poker hand and show you a quick way to determine how many cards are left in the deck that can make you the winning hand. We've seen it hundreds of times on TV, but may never have understood exactly what's going on. A player puts his chips into the middle and then asks the dealer, "Just one time." I hate that line. Just one time? Come on, man. They're killing me with just one times. In fact, what he's doing is begging the dealer to give him the card or cards he needs to make the winning hand against his opponent. In poker terms, he's asking to hit at least one of his outs. So what are his outs? In the simplest terms, they're the card or cards that can hit the board to give a player who is holding a losing hand a winning hand. Here's a very basic example. Say you're holding pocket jacks and move all in pre-flop for your last $1,000 in chips. A player behind you calls and shows pocket aces. How many cards in the deck can give you the winning hand? Right now, before the flop, there's only two. The last two jacks in the deck. These are your current outs. Now let's say the flop comes down 8, 9, 10. Now how many can give us the winning hand? The answer is 10. Because now we can hit either one of our jacks. That's two. There's 4 sevens in the deck that make us a straight. And there's 4 queens that make us a straight. Let's take a quick review of that. With a board of 8, 9, 10, any of these cards will give us a hand that will beat our opponent's pocket aces. 2 jacks make us trips. Okay? The 4 sevens will give us a jack-high straight. The 4 queens will give us a queen-high straight. As you can see from this example, our number of outs can increase or decrease depending on what cards fall on the flop and on the turn. Now let's look at another example. In this hand, let's say our hero is holding the ace of hearts, king of hearts, and the board is flopped 7 of hearts, 3 of clubs, 9 of hearts. How many outs does he have? Well, if his opponent has, say, 2 black jacks in his hand, the ace, king of hearts can win with 4 cards. Well, let's see, there's 3 aces, there's 3 kings, and there's 9 cards remaining in the suit. So basically, that's 15 winning cards. Well, now we know there's a maximum of 15 cards that can help our hand. The truth is some of those cards have undoubtedly been folded by other players at the table or could be in our opponent's hand. But since we don't know which cards are already folded, we have to proceed on the assumption that all of our potential outs are available. Now that you understand the concept, here are some of the basic outs totals for many common situations. If you flop a flush draw, you typically have 9 outs to make your flush. If you flop a flush draw with 2 overcards, you typically have 15 outs. We just reviewed that. If you have an open-ended straight draw, you typically have 8 outs. If you flop a gut shot straight draw, like if you have king, queen, and the flop has come 8, 9, jack, and you need a 10 right in the belly, right in the gut, there's only 4 10s. So belly buster, 4 outs. If you have an underpair to your opponent's overpair, you have 2 outs. If neither you nor your opponent have a pair, but he is still ahead, you have 6 outs. So for example, he has ace king and you have queen jack. 3 jacks, 3 queens. If you flop a straight flush draw, you typically have 15 outs. Remember though, you usually don't have all of the outs that can come to improve your hand. Let's take a look at our previous example where we said you had 9 outs when you had the ace, king of hearts and hit a flop of 7 of hearts, 9 of hearts, 3 of clubs. What happens if your opponent is holding ace 9 in this spot? Now, 2 of your aces will make him aces and 9. So basically, instead of having the 3 aces and out, you don't have those anymore. So instead of 15 outs, you only have 12 outs. You still have the 9 hearts. You still have the 3 kings. Now, what if your opponent is holding pocket 7s and has flopped a set? Now, wow, now you're in even worse shape because you can't win with an ace. That's 3 less outs. You can't win with a king. That's 3 less outs. And you don't want to hit the 3 of hearts. So that's 1 less heart. That's only 8 outs. Suddenly 15 outs is reduced to 8 outs. And if we make our hand on the turn, even if we do hit a heart, our opponent has 10 outs. 3 9s, 3 3s, 1 7, Okay, that's 7 outs. And whatever card made you the flush, that's another 3. So he still has 10 outs to come back and make a full house or quads and beat you. The picture gets fuzzier if we can or need to go runner, runner and hit cards on both the turn and the river in order to make a winning straight or flush. The possibility of making a runner, runner draw adds just 1 out for each draw to any other outs we may have. Let's look at an example. Let's say we're holding the 5, 6 of hearts on a flop of 5, 7, queen. Let's make that 7, a 7 of hearts. And our opponent is holding ace, queen. We have 5 ordinary outs that can give us a winning hand right now. We have the 2 5s to make trips, and we have the 3 6s to make 2 pair. However, we can also make a flush with running hearts or a straight with 2 running cards like 9 8, 8 4, or 4 3. So if we had 1 runner, runner flush out and 1 runner, runner straight out to our 5 ordinary outs, we end up with a total of 7 outs in the spot. You're still in bad shape, kid. Don't put your money in with second pair when they have top pair. That's my advice.